Karthi sir, shall we start?
Sir, the record option enable ஆகல. 1 second.
ஆயிருச்சுங்க சார், எங்களுக்குலாம் காமிக்குது.
Okay, we will start, sir.
Okay. So, good evening to one and all present here. On behalf of Kongu Business School, Kongu Engineering College, we welcome you for the today's national level workshop on research clinic. So, it is an question and answer session. You can ask any question related to research, publication and funding. So here we will have an eminent person, Dr. P. Karthi again, who is going to be an hero for the today's workshop. So I will just give some intro about him. So he have completed his PhD in management science. So he has a vast experience of around 20 plus years of experience in academic. So he produced 13 PhD scholars and 18 MPhil scholars. So he have published more than 150 research paper and around 150 research paper, 35 papers has been listed under Scopus, SCI, SSCI, ABDC and ICI in a reputed national and international journals. So he also authored 13 books in the area of finance and general management. So he have delivered more than 100 plus lecturer in various colleges, universities and reputed organization. So he also acts as a resource person at the charged session for more than 75 national and international conference, workshop and FDP. So he is an coordinator in our Kongu Business School for organizing international and national conference. He also organized many workshop, training session, FDP program for faculty, students and research scholars. So he also organized a MDP program for industrialists. So he has obtained funding from various funding agencies and also from the government organization like UGC, ICSSR, AICTE, then NHRC, NCW, AIMS, State Planning Commission, ICWA, then TNSCST. Okay, so these are all the some funding agencies which was where the Karthi sir obtained their funding. So he also does some consulting work for many industries in and around Tamil Nadu. So he also acts as an editorial board member and reviewer for more than 50 international and national journals. So he also selected as a visiting professor and he acts as a professor for university in Indonesia and university in Nepal. As he also acts as one of the project member for the slum clearance board. And he also awarded many best faculty award, best researcher award. So he have visited many foreign countries like Thailand, Sri Lanka, Malaysia, Singapore, Nepal and Indonesia for his academic and research work. Okay. So on this introduction, I welcome Dr. P. Karthi sir to give his view about the research, funding and the publication. Sir, we welcome you.
Thank you, Prakash sir. And on behalf of School of Management Studies, Kongu Engineering College, along with Dr. N. Prakash, I also welcome you all for this particular rap session. It is just like not a workshop. It is a session one-to-one interaction between you and me to clarify the doubts in the field of research. So you may ask any queries related to research. So I can also clarify the doubts even among you. If anybody is interested to provide more insights on research on the topic where other people have asked, you can also give your information. So this is a very good opportunities. That's what we planned, just like a unique program. You will, as like a workshop in the form of research clinic. So more number of countries, they have a separate area there where most of the institutions are providing with the name of research clinic, where the researcher will go there and clarify the doubt, as like how you are all going for medical purpose to the hospital or clinic. The same manner you may also clarify the doubt here, right? That is the reason we have framed this session. And in fact, more number of scholars are showing an interest. In fact, in our previous program, one of the researcher have insisted, why not you can conduct this type of program? That is the reason we all gather here to clarify it out. And start with our session, I will give some insight on research, how the research will available at present period of time, particularly in the area of social science and other form. If you take last 2 to 3 decades, or maybe 2000, before 2010, I can say that before 2010, if anybody want to do the research, only very little resources are available. If you want to refer anything, you want to go manually to any place. Like if you want to go library, you can go to library. You want to take a printout, or you want to take a note and everything. But now the trend is totally different. You need not go to any place. From your mobile, you can easily download any number of papers. So even last 2 years, we are all living under COVID era. Again, so many online resources are provided with utmost in your doorstep. I mean, from your fingertip, you will access all your resources, all your research resources. Even take for example, our institution is subscribed IEEE and so many others online resources, library resources. We can able to access from your, even not in intranet, through internet we can able to access it from our home. So that is the reason that today the research is there, and we have receiving lot of funding opportunities in research. So previously, we all know there is only one funding agency like UGC. So UGC is providing with a lot of funding, and almost after 2017, UGC has stopped to release the fund, especially for major and minor research project. And but there are a lot of opportunities for the budding young researcher. We have funding opportunities from ICSSR. We have funding opportunities from National Commission for Women, National Human Rights Commission, and so many private and public companies, so many public institutions, even state governments. We have receiving lot of funds. So, so that is the reason we are organizing this workshop. This is one way, and I will say the another aspect of research in my point of view. So we are all writing a research paper. We are all writing a research paper. Sometime the research paper is in good, but we can publish only in very less quality journal. So, and we are all losing our money to publish our research paper in not indexed journals, that is predatory journals. Today we have a lot of predatory journals. So many consultants are working. They will send the continuously message to WhatsApp group and other groups. They will receive the money, but we can't know whether the paper will receive in the, I mean, whether the paper will index it in the right, the paper will be indexed in the Scopus or Web of Science or any other platform, right? So in this aspect, we are going to deal our session today. And if you are having any particular doubt related to funding, research hypothesis, statistical tools, then conceptual development, identification of review of literature, writing a research paper, identification of the journal, how to identify Scopus journals, what do you mean by H index, impact factor. So you may clarify it from me. You can also post your queries in the chat window. So it is a floor open to you all. We will have the discussion from now onwards.
Sir, good evening, sir.
Good evening, ma'am.
Sir, my question is related to ICSSR proposal, sir.
Right, ma'am.
Last 2 years, I've sent the proposal, but I didn't. My
Okay.
paper didn't get through in that ICSSR minor and as well as major proposal. But
Okay.
this time also I've tried. I didn't send the paper yet, but I'm ready with the paper.
You are talking
Sir,
about a proposal, correct?
yes, yes, sir. ICSSR proposal.
Right.
Okay,
Okay.
so now I have prepared one minor and one major proposal, sir, for ICSSR. So
Okay.
can you give some tips then how the project, the title should be, and what is what they expect from the researcher actually in the ICSSR? I'm
Fine.
asking, sir.
Fine, ma'am.
And what is there any restriction that we can send only these many proposals from one institution, or is there any restrictions? Because in that website it's given maximum a researcher can send 2 proposals. Is it applicable to the institution, or
No. Correct, ma'am. Exactly.
that's my doubt, sir? Yeah.
Right, ma'am. Right. Thank you very much. Actually, you can send any individual can send 2 proposal, which means as a project director, you can apply 2 proposal at a time, but the ICSR will sanction only 1 proposal. If the 2 proposal will be accepted, so definitely you want to withdraw 1 proposal. That is the conditions ICSR has given in the website, and it is not applicable to institution. So institution will send as long as how many proposal it is possible, you can send. There is no maximum limit for institution. And your the first question related to ICSR research project. So what I have suggested, even ICSR is also looking for you. You want to concentrate only related to social science. Maybe you are belongs to science or engineering or any field, but your research proposal is coming under the social science. Social science means the main agenda or main aim the ICSSR is looking from the researcher is how your proposal is providing the innovativeness, significant and contribution to the society and contribution to the policy makers. So in this aspect, you want to choose the topic. So maybe most of the researcher, what we are all doing is you are all thinking about this is like a MBA project, or it may be a MPhil project or a PhD dissertation work. But writing a research proposal is totally different. So most of the cases, the any funding agency, not for ICS, that any funding agencies, they are looking for the impact in terms the what is the impact for the society, what is the impact for the policy makers, or what would be the benefit. So in this aspect you want to study, there are so many priorities areas are available. You can choose on COVID, you can go for any policy directions given by the government, say in the name of Atal, in the name of Bharat Nirman. There are so many schemes are available. And you can also choose the topic related to banking, technology change is there, education field is available. You can go for ICT in education. So many new topics, and as well as like a socio economic condition, social security, like that. There are so many topics. So, but we are all making a mistake. So we simply go for choosing using the secondary data, like financial performance. So these type of topics, once upon a time, the UGC was sanctioned the project, but now it is not possible with the ICS or any funding agencies, right? So this is the answer for your question, ma'am. And as per your second question, any institution can apply any number of projects. There is no maximum limit.
Okay, sir. A person can send both proposal as well as the we can apply for the program also, right, sir? The research program,
Correct. Research
or it
program.
inclusive of all. We can do maximum of 2.
Ma'am, actually, yeah, correct. Exactly correct. Your question is correct. Both for project or you can apply for a program. Thing is that there are certain clarity for a research program and research project. Both are project only, R&D research
Okay.
project only.
Okay.
But the research program, they mainly emphasis on multidisciplinary or interdisciplinary and inter-institutional based research. Inter-institutional based research. For applying that research program, the project director should have a academic, associate professor. And for both the scheme, research project and research program, both project investigator and co-investigator must have a PhD. That is one of the important criteria.
Okay. So, is there any limit that that our study should cover a broader area? That area of the research should be like
No.
a state or a country or like that?
Yeah, it is a very good question. Like if you want to study within 2 to 3 districts, then you can go for minor research project. If you want to cover 1 or 2 entire state, then you can go for major research project. The same manner, if suppose you are going to study more than 5 states, or you based on the different people are involved. Example, you are from one department, the other investigator from other department or other institution, then you may go for research program. So according to the nature, it may be vary.
Okay. So one more doubt, because since it's a first time, I don't know what mistake I made in the last time, the last proposal, I don't know. But when I'm preparing the budget, I have a doubt whether it is okay or it is high or low. So for minor projects, they have given the limit up to 5 lakhs.
Correct.
Is it an important criteria for for selection of a
Definitely, ma'am. From the ICSSR, they have clearly mentioned that for minor research project up to 5 lakh, major research project up to 15 lakh, and for the research program up to 30 lakh, 15 lakh.
Yes, sir. But within that limit only, we have prepared the budget. But still, whether it is 3 lakhs or 4 lakhs, is it important? Is it an important?
Yeah. It is based on the proposal. It is based on the proposal, what you are going to write. If suppose it is a 5 lakh, it is not necessary you want to put 5 lakh. Maybe it is a 4 lakh, 3 lakh, it is up to you. But definitely they can judge the value. What is the value of your proposal based on the budget you have given and whether this budget is required for a major research project or minor research project. Sometimes your topic is very large, but you have quoted minor research project. So there may be a certain reasons. The ICSR can also ask you to convert major to minor or vice versa. That is also possible in some cases. So budget is an important criteria.
Okay, sir. Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I will come, ma'am. Bharavi,
yes,
ma'am.
Yes.
Before that, I will answer 2 more questions, which is coming under chat window. Just a second, ma'am.
Sir, it is related to the question that ma'am asked. So in the previous question, you mentioned something about PhD. You need to have PhD. Your voice was not clear, so I couldn't understand that.
Ma'am, I can't understand, please.
Sir, in the previous question that madam asked about ICSSR, so there was something you mentioned about PhD that was related to minor and major proposals that we sent. So if you could just repeat that, what you said, I missed out on that.
Actually, the project investigator, the project director and co-project director, the minimum qualification the ICSR asked is minimum PhD qualification, right? Eligibility is PhD scholar or PhD completed faculty members. But there is some relaxation has given for co-project director, co-investigator. The PhD will be relaxed if she or he have more academic publication in his her credential. If you have more academic publication, the PhD is not required. You can join as a co-investigator for a minor and major research project as well as research program. But this year they have clearly mentioned the eligibility is you should have a PhD.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you very much. There are some questions from Ebenezer Bal Rajan as mentioned about that is Scopus indexed journals is asked about Santi Anand. Scopus indexed journal you can easily identify. Just a second. There are a lot of opportunities. I hope my screen is visible. Go to scopus.com. Scopus.com. Fine. There is a window will be open. Here you can go here sources. And here there are some lists are available. Scopus course list. If you click here, the entire list will be downloaded in the form of MS Excel. Downloaded in the form of MS Excel, and you can also view scope continue. Recently some journals are discontinued from the Scopus. That also you can view from the Scopus website. So if you click Excel, I hope my screen is visible.
Yes, sir.
Yes, fine. So from this platform, Scopus.com, you can easily see here how many journals are available. Currently, it is indexed or not. That you can see it here, right? If you go here, maybe around 40,000 journals, 40,000 plus journals can be included in all the disciplines. Check here, around 41,525 journals are currently available in Scopus, right? And suppose I need the journal name. I already have the journal name. And in this case, you just go to sources. Click title. Suppose I am interested to know about Indian Journal of Finance. This is a Scopus journal. I know that. And if you click here, it will come here like that. You just go here. And this is the source details. And the Scopus coverage from 2013 to present, it is available. Presently, it is available. It is publisher name is given, the ISSN number, and all the numbers are given. And there were around 140 documents are indexed so far in 2021. So last updated 4th August 2021. So which means it is active at present. So this is the manner you can check with the Scopus details. And if you click course home page, it will go for the particular journal web page. Here also you can see here in indexing and abstracting Scopus, right? It is Q2 journal. Okay, Scopus elsewhere, Q2 journal, and their ranking, their impact factor, everything is given in the website. And there is another one website called simahojr.com. Here also you can see the journals. It is also Scopus journals. All are Scopus journals, right? So here, throughout the world, throughout in all disciplines, there is a journal called a Cancer Journal of Clinicians, have number 1, which have the SJR factor of 62. Okay, Simaha journal rank factor, that is impact factor on Scopus impact factor, 62. Okay, that is from which country, all details will be displayed here. Suppose I am interested to look on business management accounting. I am searching on business management accounting. Suppose I am only interested to know about the journals which is coming under marketing all over the world, then you will get lot of the journals. See here, Journal of Consumer Research, Journal of Marketing, Journal of Marketing Research. Look in here. Here also we have the SJR factor and the Q1, Q2, etc. All that. I will tell you what I mean by Q1, Q2. And suppose you can easily download. Here there is an option called download. You can easily download. Suppose I am interested to know the journal, the Scopus journals, which can be published only in India. That just type here India or any country. You will check here. There is a journal called Indian Journal of Marketing. It is coming under this marketing journal. That is Scopus Marketing Journal. This is the SJR. And it is published from India. So you can easily download the data, right? So this is the way you can easily identify the Scopus journal. This is the way you can easily identify the Scopus journal. If you click here, Indian Journal of Marketing, it is automatically go here. And who is the publisher and everything related to the journal SJR value. It is 0.237. Total documents in the 2020, how many documents are cited. It is a Q3. This is very, very important. Okay, all informations are given. I will tell you there are 4 classes of journal: Q1, Q2, Q3 and Q4 journals. So if you take out of 45,000 journal, top 25% of the journals are called as Q1, and the remaining 26 to 50% of the journals are called Q2. And out of 45,000 journals, the journals which is coming from 51% to 75% of the rank are coming under Q3, and last 25% of the journals are all part of the Q4. So this is the way you can easily identify the Scopus, right?
Sir?
Yes, ma'am.
From the website, we can identify the journal's name, that Scopus Index journal. But how do we check whether it is a paid journal or it's an we can publish the paper in free of cost?
Correct, ma'am. Actually, journals are 2 types. One is open access journal and subscription-based journal. Most of the open access journals are receiving charges in the form of APC. APC means article processing charges from the authors. And most of the subscription-based journal, I'll say that 90% of the Scopus journals are all based on subscription-based journal. They will not charge any money. Okay, if it is subscription-based, they will not charge any money. And another method, it is clearly given in the website itself. It is clearly given in the website itself. If you go with, there is one journal called sustainability. There is one journal called sustainability. Okay. Right? This is an open access journal and a very good journal. In fact, I hope my screen is visible.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Right. They are publishing in different type, and this journal is indexed in Scopus, Science Citation Index, Social Science Citation Index, and many platforms. And this is an open access, I told you. In other services, you just check here, and information for a reviewer, others, everything is given here. And here it is given article processing charge. So generally around 2000 CHF, Swiss franc. It is equivalent to around 1,60,000 rupees in India, Indian value. 2000 CHF Swiss franc is equal to around 1,60,000 rupees. But it will accept acceptance is very, very difficult for this journal because only 2 to 3% of the articles that we have sending is accepted for the journal. But thing is that you want to pay 1,60,000 rupees. It is a good quality journal. It is not a paid journal. It is not a free journal. It is an open access. That's what they are charging 1,60,000 from the others pocket. There are
That is
certain
per year, right, sir? Per year they are charging 1 lakh
not
something.
for per year, for per
Okay.
paper.
Okay. Oh, per paper. Okay, sir.
Yeah, correct. Sir, Ebina sir is asking about no able to hear. I'm not able to understand what you're saying. Not able to hear? Fine. For related to ICS, sir, if you are having the publication, please, you want to provide, it should have more weightage. More weightage. Okay. Definitely the publications will have weightage on you. Right, minimum objectives, sample size and questionnaire for journal, right? Very good question asked for Bhubadi. Sir, minimum objectives, even for with the one objective, you can write the paper, or 2 to 3 objectives. Now, most of the, you see in the research paper, like Emerald and written paper published in Scopus or other science citation index and all, they are not given objective as 1, 2, 3 like that. Okay, in the statement itself, in the introduction part itself, or in the methodology part itself, they may write as a sentence. So it's not given indirectly as like in the dissertation what we have given. And sample size and questionnaire is based on your topic where you have chosen. Maybe suppose you are going to study on any consumer or buyer research or advertisement or any type of marketing based research, maybe you can go with 300, 400. It is more than enough for writing a research paper. Questionnaire will not show it to you. I mean, it is not required to given in the journal. Okay, or when you are going to write the article, it is not required. It is up to you. And you can also include some tools, techniques. Definitely, it required good research tools, not only for the percentage analysis. Mustafa sir has asked about some important tips for publishing a research paper in Scopus Index Journal and brief about do's and don'ts on preparing research paper for Scopus Index Journal. Sir, actually, for writing a research paper, particularly for a Scopus journal, you want to choose very good research topic. Maybe it is a hot topic existing at present. And also, the topic should have include more research gap, research findings, suggestions, etc. So I'll mention some sequence steps: topic, followed by topic, the author's destination, and the author's details. Then abstract. Abstract should be around 200 to 300 words. Then sometime they ask about GEL classification, JEL code. Then keywords. Keywords are unique, 4 to 6 keywords. It is required. Then followed by keywords, you just start with the introduction. Introduction number 1, introduction. In the introduction, you want to write the background of the study, then introduction of your research. You can also mention 4 to 5 important citations on earlier or existing research, or maybe theoretical foundation of the research, and etc. in the introduction part. Second one, review of literature. In the review part, at least you want to cite maybe 15 to 20 research papers. You can clearly analyze. Among the 15 to 20 research papers, there around 60 to 70% of the papers you want to refer from the last 3-4 years. Recent study is important. And whatever the research work you are mentioned in the review of literature should be given in the references section. And very important, so review of literature. Third one, the methodology. In the methodology, you want to write the research gap, then research gap, followed by research gap objectives, then followed by objectives, hypothesis, statement or research questions. Then after research question or statement, you can go for research methodology. What type of research? What is a sampling procedure, sample size, sampling technique, then data design, then what are all the tools you have applied for research, then conceptual framework model. If you are applied for reliability, validity and all, that also you want to provide the information in the research methodology part. That is a third chapter, third heading. Fourth heading, results and discussion. Here you want to write the clear information on different tools that you have applied. Then what is the discussion or findings, etc. Then fifth one is a findings, suggestions and conclusion. You can also include policy implications, scope for further research, limitations of the study, all put together fifth chapter, right? Here you want to provide the conclusion, policy implications, scope for future research, then limitations of the study, and finally references. While you want to write a reference, follow the journal guidelines. Mostly the journals are asked to prepare the references in the APA style, American Psychological Association style. We have different open source software, maybe citation machine, citation.net. We have even from Google Scholar we can able to prepare the references. We have Mentalist software, we have EndNote software. So many softwares are available for preparation of the references. So this is a general format for preparing the good research article. If you prepare the research article based on very interesting and hot topic and based on the sequence of steps, definitely your paper will be accepted in the Scopus journal. And what Mustafa sir has asked about what are all the don'ts. So don'ts means for writing a Scopus index research paper, I can say that your paper should not have any grammatical mistake. So before submitting the research paper, please get the clearance from the English nativity speakers. Language proof is very, very important before submitting the research article. 1 or 2 time you can review, and abstract should be clearly mentioned. And based on that you can submit the research paper. Today most of the research paper will be, suppose you are going to send to Scopus or any top class journal, they will not accept very easily. Okay, they will not accept very easily. It is a long process. 3 to 4 months is required for reviewing of your paper. Then after reviewing, they will send for correction. You want to correct the research paper again, you want to upload, then only they will publish. So most of the research paper you are sending to top class journals take 1.5 years to 2 years, sometimes 3 years for published in the journal. Right. This is the answer for the Mustafa question.
Thank you, sir.
And there are some other questions. How to become editor of a normal journal and Scopus journals? It is a very good question. Ma'am, based on your reputation and your credential, in most of the journals, they are always requested you to submit your profile, and based on the submission of the profile, they will identify the editor of the journal. Right? This is the one. Even for normal journal, even for Scopus journal. Okay, in the Scopus journal also sometimes they ask for reviewer, they ask for editorialship. You want to apply, or you can go to particular website. There you can. There is a separate link called apply for editor, apply for editorial board member, and all. You just fulfill the norms where the journal are asked from you. Then you can submit the CV or whatever they have asked. Then suppose you are having the merit, then definitely they will appoint you as editorial board member or editor or reviewer. Sometimes they will send the paper for reviewer, right? And please guide regarding writing a review paper for Scopus. Very good question, ma'am. Very good question. In fact, today more number of researchers are focusing on to write the area of bibliographic type of research, bibliometric approach type of research. I will show you. I will show you a few papers which was recently published by only review based paper, but very easy. I can say it is easy, but there are long more process are involved here. So if we go right, consumer research, bibliometric study, take here, there is a topic called intellectual structure of consumer complaining behavior research, the bibliometric analysis, right? If we go here, view, it is not able to view because it is not accessing, right? Anyway, I will go back so that we can check here. I'll check with here SSRN website. Is it available to yes, download the paper? See, it is consumer studies in the 21st century, a bibliometric case study. It is published by the faculty member of IIT Kharagpur from MBA department. See, check here. This is a paper. Okay, the introduction part. There are some research questions, methodology. This is all purely based on the review-based paper. The metadata has arrived. They have collected the data on the consumer studies based on the Scopus website. They have prepared something. Okay. These are all the databases. They have collected average number of citations. See, so these are all the journals they have referred. Total citations for this journal, ABC rating, ABDC rating. And they also applied for some test result, maybe based on R software or some other analytical software. They have come with the trend analysis, etc., mapping, etc. Okay, this is all review-based paper. Today, so many people are writing this type of research. But when you see this type of research, it is very easy, but there is a high process are involved for doing a research. But compare with research-based paper, writing is very easy here, and publishing in the Scopus journal also very easy because they are accepting mostly on these type of papers. Last 2 to 3 years, so many researchers are doing a research on review-based paper. I can say that there are two words you can search in the Google. One is a bibliometric approach, bibilo, B-I-B, yes, bibliometric analysis research paper, bibliometric analysis research paper, and one more word you can search is meta-analysis, meta-analysis. So these two different types of analysis are currently existing among the researcher, but in young researcher, they are writing many areas on the topic of review-based research. Okay.
So I have a
Yeah,
question
please.
regarding bibliometric studies.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when you do a study like that, and while you were explaining, I was seeing that paper simultaneously, they are quoting thousands of research articles. So does that mean that they have access to all the research databases? Because with open access, whatever we have, uh,
Mhm.
getting our hands onto that much
Correct.
information
Correct.
really is not. So if, let's say, as researchers we don't have access to paid databases, what would you suggest we do?
Ma'am, exactly. It is a very good question, in fact. But when you are going to write this type of research paper, definitely you want to refer the databases from Web of Science, that is Science Citation Index database, or Scopus database. But you definitely you or your institution should be subscribed. There are so many journals like Emerald journals elsewhere or Sage, any more these type of journals have providing lot of information. So definitely well-known well-known journals. I mean, the papers published in well-known journals or top-ranked journals alone can be taken into consideration for writing these type of research paper. In fact, it is a very good question, but all the papers published in other indexes are normally not acceptable. When we are going to submit the research paper with the details of the middle quality journals or not indexed journal, definitely they will not accept. They will not accept.
So
So in
also in
the
continuation with that question, so let's say if my bibliometric analysis is on Elsevier alone, can I include Emerald or other
yeah, yeah,
like Sage
yeah.
publications? Can we do that?
Yes, ma'am, definitely. It is, see, there are so many researches like if you take a consumer research, service quality, or customer relationship management, or you go for impulse buying purchase decision. Based on the topic you can choose, you can enlist what are all the journals are classified under top journals. If you say example, I told you zimago.jr.com. Under the zimago.jr.com, I am going to limit only Q1 journals which was published in the area of marketing. I'm going to choose only Q1 and Q2 journals which have published in the area of services marketing. Like that, you can limit yourself. That you can mention in the methodology part, maybe 10, 15 journals. Among the 10, 15 journals, last 15 years, how many articles was published, how many citations have received, what is the impact factor and everything. So there is
So
a
when
basic
we
criteria. It is based on only your perspective. It is up
okay.
to you.
Mhm. So one more question that I have. So when we are submitting to proposals to ICSSR or any research for a journal publication, do they actually do a blind review, or do they look at the institution that we belong to first and then look at the paper? Because
Ma'am,
what is your opinion on that?
yes, ma'am, are you belongs to self-financing institutions?
No, I belong to a national institution,
Then
but
you,
I've just moved from the industry to the national institution. So
ma'am, there are so many researchers are sitting here for doing a research from private institutions. In fact, previously, any funding agency they may go to give a preference for public funded universities or public funded institutions, but not like now, because today the research funding organization is providing funding especially for good research. They will not see the institution name. Based on the institution they will provide the funding. It is not a acceptable acceptable thing, because definitely they will shortlist the proposal, scrutinize the proposal, even though it is from even not accredited institution. If you are receiving any good proposal, definitely they might sanction. It is not like based on the
yes, sir.
institution.
Yes. So the reason I asked that was I don't have great research credentials yet. I'm don't have Scopus publications. So when we write to a proposal, generally they look for prior research experience or work in good journals. So that is why I asked, how would that impact the application?
Again, it is a great question, ma'am. Definitely, For a writing in DST, or if we go for ICMR or any science related research funding organization, definitely they can look on the research publication. And up to last 2 to 3 years, the social science related research funding organization, they have not yet that much seriously looked on publication. But this time ICSSR is asking on separately you want to produce the information on recent publications. So definitely publication will have a credit in your CV, and it is also an added advantage to get a research funding. So you can provide not only on Scopus journal, any journals, if you are any articles you have published in ISBN conference proceedings, or in the form of book chapter, or in the form of UGC CAT journals, or in any other journals, you can provide. If you don't have a Scopus publication or well indexed publication, you can provide the information on any other articles or any other conference papers.
Okay, so thank you so much. So one suggestion, since before I enrolled for this class, for the session, I went back and looked at all your YouTube videos. You have been doing amazing work in this space. So since so many of us are interested, can you also help us with collaborations, not
Yes,
just with
yes,
Kongu Business School, but also
definitely.
within researchers who are here in this session and the future or past sessions? If you can facilitate collaborative work, then one paper, maybe 4 or 5 authors can work together so
Correct.
that we can produce quality
Exactly.
and faster results.
Exactly. I can say that collaborative research is a need of the hour. So definitely, I am not propagating the research not for earning a money or other purposes. So definitely, the young minds, the mindset people can join together. I will very soon. We are going to identify the young collaborators who are really interested, or the budding researcher, or even research scholar, or already faculty members with a PhD. We can write research paper. Definitely, I can work on that. We will start with the WhatsApp group, and each in the WhatsApp group, I will give the deadline, fixing on date, what part of the research you want to cover, which journal we can publish, and everything. It is not on money minded. So each and every person can work, and we can submit to the research paper. Even if you take I will share some of the research paper on just a second. It's purely based on our collaborative research, which is recently published in some Scopus journals. So this year, I have published 3 to 4 papers. Whatever I have written are all collaborative papers. Just a second, I will tell you. Some papers I will show you. This is one paper published in International Journal of Business Innovation and Research. In fact, this was submitted 2 years back. And this one professor is from Singapore, and somebody is from other institutions, and like that. And if you take this paper, this is has written. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4 authors. 3 authors from Indonesia, and myself is from India. So it is also in a Scopus journal. So there are so many works. So if you take this paper, it is also from Scopus, International Journal of Business Excellence. It is also written from the different institutions. Even we have recently 2 more papers is accepted in Scopus. It is also a collaborative research work. So really, those who are interested to collaborate, definitely we can join together and we can write the paper. See here, this is a one paper on factors influencing online purchase decision of pharma products by baby boomers, mediating effect of consumer behavior research. Check here, this is right. If you take example here, and this is the paper as written by the collaborators from Manipal Institute of Technology, from myself from on college, and somebody from Karnataka, somebody from Mumbai. So many research papers, so many research collaborators, right? So definitely one more paper is also, it is already entered into the publication schedule related to the paper on development of a scorecard to measure the satisfaction and happiness in higher education. Again, this paper is also written by the collaborative researchers. Okay, collaborative researchers. Check here. So this is the final version of our research paper. And right. Yeah, this is also from one person from Bangalore, one person from Haryana, from one person from Tamil Nadu, one person from Karnataka. So likewise, so many research paper. If you are right collaborative, so definitely there is a high possibility to publish our research paper. Thank you for your keen interest, ma'am. Definitely we will collaborate in future.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Hello, sir.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Please.
Sir, myself Dipti Chaudhary from Pune. I am assistant professor in MIT College of Food Technology and also admitted for PhD. But sir, I have downloaded the research papers that are related to my research, and I am interested to write a review paper in Scopus journal. But I am not
Okay.
getting how to start, and please give me your guidance, sir.
It is a good question, ma'am. Yes, Deepika madam also has asked about the how to write a research paper. Even you can refer from even Google search. You can go to the use word called meta-analysis and bibliometric analysis, and very easily you can learn. If you read 2 or 3 paper, easily you can learn, and you can write the review based paper. The base for writing a research paper, review based paper, I will show you. One second. Actually, previously when we are all writing a research paper, review based research paper, then automatically we will go like that. I hope my screen is visible. Check here. This is a one paper, work-life balance of women employee, the literature review paper. So normally we have started to write this type of research paper, in fact, in 2014 and 15 and all. But now the trend is totally different. The people are using bibliometric analysis, meta-analysis and all for writing review-based research. So this is a literature review part and sorry. Right. So here introduction part, we have given certain citations in literature review part. Okay, it is not accessing fully. Anyway, I will go with the. Okay. So this is a literature review part. Here we have given more citations like that. Then based on the topic work-life balance, we have chosen work-family conflict and work conflict. Under that, who are all the people who have studied, we have written. Then based on role of women in work-life balance, we have written some papers. And we have given the career advancement, work stress. See, each and every heading we are providing with some information and what is their main findings. What is the main findings? So this is the way you can write the review of paper. And now we can add it with that information. We will go for some more information on bibliometric type of research, or we go with the what I say meta-analysis and all. One more type of research paper I can show you. Just a second. Yes, this is another one type of paper, forecasting stock market prediction using artificial neural network model. A survey. Survey is also quoted as a literature review. Okay. So here we have applied what are all the models are predicting stock market. I mean stock market prediction using ANN. We have applied a model and we have given the citation based on that. ARIMA model, ARCH model, CARCH model. So many aspects are applied here under ANN. Who are all found the ANN. So the recent reviews and have provided here, and the 36, 39 are all citation references number. So references must be written in the alphabetically, and based on the alphabetical, we have given the numbers of the particular reference order. And this is a hidden ladder, and based on our, based on the ANN model, single neuron with R inputs, we have developed one feed-forward artificial neural network model. Then various models of neural network. Here, one by one, we have given a genetic algorithm, which what are all the papers have discussed genetic algorithm, what are all the papers have discussed on recurrent network, same, likewise, branch, functional, fuzzy neural, back propagation. And here, very particularly with reference to Indian stock market, any researcher have applied artificial neural network model. So we have identified 8 researcher. Maybe there is one person called Tenmoli ma'am from IIT Chennai. She applied the artificial neural network model for predicting stock market, and likewise, very particularly with reference to Indian context, we have given in the tabular format. In the tabular format, we have provided other subjective model used data set and findings. Then followed by conclusion, future work, and in the references section, we have given around 99 references for writing this particular review-based paper. This is a base for any research paper, but along with these type of aspects, now we are adding with the bibliometric and meta-analysis. So this is a very base for writing a research paper.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Sir, one by one, Sadish Kumar sir has asked about what will be the points for first and second author in collaborating research paper. Sir, it is not like that, sir. It is not like that. When you involve on collaborative type of research, maybe you are not stopped with only one paper. For a first paper, you may be a first author. For other paper, you may be a second author. Okay, give and take policy only. And when you are working in the private institutions, it doesn't matter, first author or second author. So whatever may be, in finally your name will be displayed in the Scopus index. So both the first author, corresponding author will be have credit. Okay, both first author and corresponding author will be credit. It's not required. You should be a first author always. It's not like that. How to select models and how we can learn this, I will come. How to select models, right? Okay. Any free authentic software, ma'am, I will come. Meeran Maithun sir, I will come, sir. I will discuss on your question. Bhargavi Sindhi madam has asked about any free authentic software. If you go with the free authentic software for checking a plagiarism, not that much affordable. So if you go with the Urkund or Authenticate or any type of software, it is well and good because journals are accepting. There are SEO tools are available, SEO tools. There are some free plagiarism software. I will share it. But not entire paper will be cited on that particular free software. So there is a software called SEO tools, right? SEO tools plagiarism. SmallSEOtools.com. There is a free softwares are available, but you can include only 100 words, 200 words, right? So 1000 words. Limit search is 1000 words. And if you go, there are softwares like Urkund. Okay, Urkund. Urkund login. This is our all paid version. Urkund, there is a one good plagiarism software. And Authenticate is another plagiarism software. Even our institution is also subscribing that Authenticate software. So you can easily upload the paper, within a fraction of a second, the result will be identified. So each and every faculty from our institution, we can able to upload the paper and we can give the result. Even for uploading question, the question paper is also, we are going to check in the plagiarism in our institution, right? So there are some software available, but not give accurate answer as in ICO tools and all. And one by one I will come. All right. How to check English language? So English language, we have. I told you there are some softwares are available, like even SEO tools. Mentally software. There are Grammarly, right? Grammarly is a very famous software. We can use plagiarism detection and all. Okay, Grammarly. There is a software called Grammarly. Okay, and we have Reverso, Ginger software. Okay, there are three important softwares are available. I will give the answer for this answer. For the Venkaya sir question, I am directly answer for your question. Grammarly, Reverso, and Ginger softwares are available for checking grammar and plagiarism. And for Meeran Maidim sir, how to select models and how we can learn this? Very good question, sir. Because for writing a research model, for writing a research paper, for writing a dissertation, as a researcher, we first want to frame the conceptual design and theoretical framework of the model. So when you writing on conceptual framework, you can easily identify what would be the mediating variable, what should be the dependent variable, what should be the independent variable. Okay, and definitely based on the research gap, you can select the model. How you can identify the research gap? Again, I will tell you, please read the review of literature. Please read the review of literature and identify the base paper. And based on the base paper and review of literature, you can easily identify the research gap. If you identify the research gap, then the researcher can easily identify the model. In the model, you can mention what is the dependent variable, what is the independent variable, what would be the mediating variable. If you frame the model exactly, then your 50% of your writing research work is over. I will show you some of the model. That I have applied for my research. Okay. Right. These are all the some examples. Can you able to see the slide? Excuse me.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yes. See, this is a top level 2 stressors and its impact on academic and personal achievement. These are all the dependent variables and mediating variables and independent variable, mediating variable, and dependent variables. So independent variables are academic domain stresses, family domain, social domain, and somatic domain. And mediating variables are cognitive coping strategy and physical coping strategy, how it affect on academic achievement and personal satisfaction, are dependent variable. Likewise, this is another type of model, influence of celebrity endorsement on consumer purchase intention. So left hand side, you may see that different independent variables which can affect on the dependent variable. So in center, we have the mediating variables. So mostly the customer satisfaction, the perception, attitude, perceived value, involvement, these type of factors we will consider included in the mediating variables. So look into that here. Tourism, right? Tourism. Here we have include the service quality factors, all circle, right? Convenience, sympathy, etc. We will add as a independent variable. Then perception, satisfaction, loyalty will have the mediating variable. Even sometimes the customer loyalty will be have the dependent variable. So because I have included intention to revisit is a dependent variable, I have included loyalty to mediating. Sometimes perception and satisfaction will have the mediator and loyalty will have dependent. So likewise also you can choose. So for choosing the model, definitely you want to read the reviews. You want to read the reviews. Without reading the reviews, it is very, very difficult. Okay. And yes, how to select models? What will be the points for first and second order? How to select models? Yes. Regarding bibliometric analysis, as a research scholar, I couldn't access the Scopus database. In that case, what can I do? What can I do? It is advisable to access the Scopus journal. Otherwise, you can collaborate with some researcher. You can ask the researcher who are in other areas or other universities, ask them to send the paper, and based on that you can work out. This is the way where I want to answer for your question, Santi Anand ma'am. But definitely the bibliometric type of research we require consider only on from the good top class journals. Okay, the papers can be published in the top class journals. And
I'm having a question.
What is a paper? IEEE is the one website. IEEE is the one website where they are following the different types of style. Okay, IEEE style, that is a 2-column type of paper. More number of IEEE paper is also indexed in the Scopus and elsewhere, right? IEEE paper is also indexed in Scopus and.
Sir, am I having a question? Am I audible, sir? Am I audible?
So 1 second. Yes, yes.
I'm having one question, sir.
Yeah, please.
Last year, I have written a paper regarding the case study research, sir. Actually, I have selected a case study and I have derived the statements based on the case study, sir. And I have published the paper in the Scopus journal. Probably you might have heard about that, the SSRG journal, sir. And I have used the completely my own words and my own terms, sir. I have referred the journals and I may have referred the books, sir. But none of the words that I have emulated it, which means none of the words that I have copied it and I have pasted it, or none of the words that I have copied it. Each and every statement is my own words, sir.
Okay.
If I'm writing any other research paper or if I'm writing any other review article, if I have used my own words rather than the emulation, should I use the citations? Which means you told about that in introduction and the abstract part, in introduction part or in any other part, if you have used the citations, it will be giving more value. Anyway, we will be giving the references, which means whatever the journals and the magazines that we have referred, we are going to give in the APA style in the references part.
Correct.
However, if we are using our own statements, should we use the citation? Is it essential? Or without the citations, can it be acceptable in the journals like Scopus or in the journals like Web Science or the UGC CAP?
From your question, I can understand that whenever you are using or quoting any statements, definitely the citation is must. Whenever you are providing more citation, it will add it for your research paper. This is my one answer. And the second answer from your question, I can able to understand if the self-citations, self-research work you have, even in other research, it will be acceptable. Definitely it will be acceptable. but don't provide more self-citations, because when you are going to send the research paper to any top class journal, they will accept without your name. Okay, the papers will be sent for double-blinded review for the reviewer. After removing your name, only they will send for reviewer. So in this case, you need not worry about. You can definitely mention the self-citation on your research work, but don't mention 2 or 3 of your earlier research on the same paper. Okay, maybe 1 or 2 is okay, fine. Is it okay, sir?
Yes, sir. But what I have told about, if I am using my own statement, rather referring my own journal, my own previous journal.
Right.
If I am using my own words from my observations or from my
yes, I understand. In this case, you need not mention any citation. It is not required. It is not required. If you are using any similar statements, similar works, when you are going to cite, the citation is required. But my advice or my suggestion to you is that even though you are using your own statement, see, there are some words like customer satisfaction, consumer research, or maybe like fundamentals of research. There are some common words or unique words whenever we are using. Definitely, the citation is required.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
So continuing with the question, so what I understood from what sir was asking was that even if we paraphrase someone else's work, we have to still cite, correct? Even though it's in our
Correct.
own words.
Correct.
So let's say we read the literature and somebody said something, but now I'm changing that into my own words. I still have to cite.
Yes, ma'am. Correct. Definitely.
And today,
Correct.
when I look at it from previous research to now, sir, citations have really gone up. Within the sentence, they are citing. At the end of the sentence, they are citing. So citations as such have. So what I understand is the more we cite, the stronger, the higher the impact of the work, right?
Correct, ma'am. Exactly. So any good research paper, if you referred from any of the journal or any of the publication platform, you may see that at least they might have cited 30 to 35 research work. 30 to 35 research work. And very important, whatever the research work you have cited inside the research work, it should be given in the references. So many times the researcher are making a mistakes. We can't cite inside the research, but we can mention in the references. So it is not a good habit. So whenever we can cite at least 25 to 35 research citation, it should have added advantage. Why I am saying that? Because the research is start from identification of the research problem. Then from the research problem, we are going for review of literature. From the review of literature, we can able to find out the research gap. Without research gap, there is no further research. That is the reason most of the top quality journals are requested to provide at least 30 references. They will not say directly, but we can able to understand from the different research publications. So that is my understanding. That is my understanding. If you are providing with the 10 or less than 10 references, which means I can't say you are not written good proper, but it will have very less chances for acceptance. It will have very less chances for acceptance. Right, ma'am?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, sir.
And in case we are not working on any institution, can we apply for funding agencies? Yes, we can apply. You can visit the ICSR website guidelines. Okay, ICSR website guidelines. There are chances are available. Even if retired people also can apply. But there are certain norms and fulfillment is there. This time, I don't know whether ICSR is having the choices for providing an opportunities for independent research, but there are some other organizations are providing an opportunity. For retired teachers, they are provided. For independent researchers, I'm not sure. Please, you can visit the website and get the information. Aruna Mohan ma'am, it is the answer for your question. This time, ICSSR has given the chance for retirement teacher, the defense industry people and all. But independent research, it is not possible. I hope so. So what actually mean by methodology for review of literature? Is it compulsory to mention the methodology adopted in review of literature? In the review of literature, methodology part is not that much required, correct? Exactly. But when you are go with some type of analytical softwares like bibliometric type of research or qualitative type of based research or meta-analysis based research, so you can mention in the methodology what type of research this one. You can mention the steps. So first stage, this much of articles was captured using this software. Second step, this much of steps, this much of articles were extracted. Third step, likewise, you are going to list out. So definitely methodology part is not that much important as like research paper, but still it is a need we should write in review of literature based paper. Bharavi Sindhi ma'am asked about what are self-scored API and verified API. Ma'am, I can't understand what is your question. Ma'am, are you available in the line?
Yes, sir. So I came across this for the CAS.
Actually,
that
this
happens.
Yes, ma'am. Please, ma'am.
Yes, sir. So I came across this term in the CAS that happens.
Actually, this is a academic performance indicator. You are asking about the academic performance indicator scorecard.
Yes. How it, so little more about
It is correct, ma'am. It is for self-scored scale is a self-assessment score. Okay, self-assessment score. Actually, API it is based on the teacher's self-assessment. Okay, maybe like related to teaching activities, your knowledge, your participation of examination and evaluation, contribution to teaching, publication, your students' feedback. The self-assessment API score will be calculated, and verified API is like say there are some institutions can be verified your documentation, no? Maybe like joint director of college education or some other people like you to confirm that you can conduct a user at a specific number. Say that is called as a API. So it is both are necessary to particularly for a government professors and teachers who are looking for the promotion, and if you go for other grade, that API score is important. The API indicator is you can easily download from the website, right?
Okay, sir. Thank you so much. Sir, I have one more question. Sir.
Yes, ma'am.
So, what will be your suggestion for a person who is new in the field of research? So, because there are so many things. So, my question is, what will be your suggestion, or how will you guide the person who is new in the field of research? So, I'm just one research paper old, and definitely this, writing research paper, it interests me. So I am looking forward to publish more papers. So any suggestion for a budding researcher? What will be that, sir?
Very good question, ma'am. In fact, the research starts from the interest. I will tell you there are three important things. One is attitude, another one is a skill, another one is a knowledge. Ask yourself. Okay, attitude, skill, knowledge. That is automatically will reach you if you are having the research interest. And so many young researchers are now joined as a research scholar. And because they are losing interest, because now the research is available if you are pay the money. If you are paying the money, the research is available. But if you are overcome this research, if you are overcome this type of activities, when you pay money, the research is available. If you overcome this statement, then definitely you will become a good researcher. This is my first and foremost advice for any young budding researcher. And you want to update yourself, you can equip yourself. In today's scenario, there are so many softwares, research-based softwares, and people are trying to use more collaborative softwares. See, it is, say, suppose I am from management, it is not necessary I can learn the MATLAB software. It is necessary. If I am from mathematics, is it not necessary to learn on other software? It is not like that. So whenever it is required, we want to equip ourselves. We want to try to learn many research-based software, and we can able to use software for our own research, and you can write research paper, right? So learning is never-ending process. Learning is never-ending process. When you equip yourself, the research is automatically reach your door. So, frankly, I am speaking, I have completed my PhD in the year 2009, maybe 11, 12 years back. But my actual research was starts after my PhD. My actual research was starts after my PhD, because those period for 12 for 13 years back, we don't have that much research culture among us. But now the total trend is different. So there are a lot of opportunities are available, right?
Okay, so thank you so much.
And sir,
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Please.
sir, there are some private funding agencies as well as government funding agencies, right? You have stated some of the private funding agencies. The for the beginners and the people those who are working in private institutions. Okay, which funding agency is apt for us? For the beginners and the professors working in self-financing college, which one we can approach first? Which funding agencies we can approach, which is apt for us?
Ma'am, actually, writing a research proposal for funding agency is a very difficult task. And for there are two aspects while you are approaching on writing funding proposal. One is you can write a research proposal for getting a research project. Second one is you can write a research proposal for organizing a program.
Okay.
If you want to organize a research program, say seminar, conferences, workshop, FTP, etc., there are so many funding agencies. Even ICSSR is providing funding. ICMR is providing funding. CSIR is providing funding. DST, so many research organizations are available. Even if you go with a private organization, they will not normally provide the funding for organizing the program. Mostly, some private organizations like Association of Indian Management Schools, there are some trust, even Wipro, Infosys Foundation, ONGC, Oil and Natural Corporation, Gas Corporation. These type of organizations are also providing funding. They are providing funding for writing a research project, not for organizing a research program. If you want to list out very particularly, I will share some of the research funding organization. Some of the
Okay,
research
sir.
funding organization. Just a second. I hope you may receive this screen. You can be able to see. So these are all the some funding agencies. UGC, DST, AACT, NPHM. We have the different organizations, INSA, CSIR, DRDO, so many organizations. In Tamil Nadu, we have the funding called TNSCST. Recently, Tamil Nadu State Council for Science and Technology, they are providing in funding opportunity even for students research project. So the last date for applying under the students research project is September 15th. Okay, you can apply the research grant. And these are all the some organizations, government organizations, ministries, MOEF, rural development, small scale industries, urban development, defense. See, SERB recently, today the SERB is called under some women scientist scheme, SERB. If you are belongs to mathematics, you can apply the program for conducting under National Board of Higher Mathematics. Even other funding agency, if you check here, again the same things I have given listed here. I will share this information. If you are personally ping me, I will share you the details. If you are branch to technical institutions like engineering college, the main source you can apply funding from AACT, then CSIR, DRDO, atomic energy, DBT. Yes, exactly. There are so many funding opportunities, so much of funding opportunities available with the DBT, and we have DST. At any time, I mean, throughout the 365 days, there are some research proposal is open on DST, right? You can visit the DST website to get more funding opportunities on science and related field. Anybody can apply. It's not say, that's what I told you. We all required on multidisciplinary based research. That's what we can write a research proposal for any funding agency. It is not necessary only the biotechnology people can write the funding for biotechnology. If you are having an idea, you have a joint collaborator, you can approach any joint collaborator working in your institution under respective field, and you can join together work and you can apply.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
For management projects, there are a lot of opportunities are available, Sir Karthi, sir. For cost analysis, for carrying out the management-based projects like energy, water, we have different softwares we are using, like find out the cost effectiveness. We can use some tools like say ARIMA model, regression-based approach. Even we can apply descriptive statistics like mean, median, mode, a type of analysis we can apply. Based on the secondary data, energy consumption and all, we can apply and we can work on, sir.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
And, sir, citation stating the same statement of others, will it come in plagiarism? Citation stating the same statement of others, no, it will not come to plagiarism. You can, it will some, if you are having the plagiarism, you can use for some paraphrasing techniques and all for removing the plagiarism. That's what mostly the people will change the sentence and rewrite the sentence and rewrite the statement so that the plagiarism will be very less.
Sir, apart from Scopus, what are the other journals we can do a publication? Like we say, like UGC approval, we have a lot of journals, no, sir. So as a beginner, what are the publication journals we can publish our journal?
Okay.
Can you give
yes, ma'am, exactly, very good. You can visit UGC CARE website. You can visit UGC CARE. Beginners, you can go and approach. One is Indian Citation Index Journals. Indian Citation Index Journals.
Okay, sir.
This is one important. Here you can see the different journals are available. Journal list available. Journal analyzer. Here, if you provide the information, title, they can provide what are all the journals are available, right? This is product benefits, Indian citation index, it is also good. And one more thing is UGC CAR. You can create a login username and login for accessing UGC CAR website. Most of the state universities, they have made a compulsion to publish a research paper on UGC CAR. So this much of journals are currently available. Actually, under UGC, we have two field. One is UGC CAR list group 1 and UGC CAR group 2. Actually, if you are published in the Scopus and Science Citation Index, automatically it is part of the UGC CAR list group 2 list. If your paper is accepted or published in Scopus or Science Citation Index or Web of Science, it is all part of the UGC CAR list group 2. And if you go for UGC group 1 list, there are many journals. Okay, there are many journals. You can search here. We have Sciences 298, Social Science 298, Arts and Humanities, Multidisciplinary, and Indian Languages. If you click Social Science, these are all the journals are currently available with the UGC CAR. Okay, these are all the currently available journals in the UGC CAR.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Sir, I have noticed that for few journals, it is initially in the UGC CAR list and after some time it is discontinued. So if the research paper is published when it was under the UGC CAR list and later now this journal is not continued, so will that make any difference in the overall value?
You can include in your CV and wherever you can submit your information. It will definitely, they will accept it, because at the time of publication it was indexed. At the time of publication it was indexed, so we are going to claim that is not a problem. But for a research scholar, if you are submitting the research work to the university, definitely they might accept, but it is based on the university to university. It may be vary. Sometimes they will not accept, sometimes they will accept. So mostly they will accept. Mostly they will accept if your research work is published on the time, if the journal is exist, it is no problem for a researcher. They will accept it.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
How to reduce the plagiarism in review for thesis work? So plagiarism, how to reduce? I can say that only for writing rephrasing, or you go for paraphrasings, or you can go for quotation based, where whenever you are using quotation or paraphrasing or summarizing, definitely plagiarism can be removed. And when you are writing the thesis, you can put it into any plagiarism software, and the plagiarism report will show you where you have high plagiarism. Based on that, you can rewrite the sentence, or you can redraw the statement, so that the plagiarism can be removed.
So I have a question. You mentioned about gel codes in the beginning of the session. Can you explain what that is?
Yes, gel code means actually gel classification. Mostly related to economics and finance papers, they ask related to gel code. It is published by American Economic Association. Economic Association. They have listed out some gel code, right? Maybe they can mention about like EA1, EA2, or HB6, like that they will mention. That code, say example, I am going to write the paper related to macroeconomics or microeconomics. Then microeconomics behavior type of research are all coming under D01. Suppose I am going to write the research paper, maybe related to the economic situation under perfect competition or monopoly, and it will come under D41 or D42. Like that, it will come. So that is mainly applicable to the papers which are related to economics, business, and finance related papers. The gel
So
code
where do
is
we mention that, sir, in the paper? We should mention,
yes,
or
yes, yes.
where should
You,
where would we mention that?
after the keywords, first abstract, then keywords, and after the keywords, we want to mention the gel code. But you should refer the journal guidelines. If they are asked, definitely you should mention. You just go to, there is a, just I will tell you, there is a one article, Indian finance, I hope so, in finance. There is a Finance India. There is a journal called Finance India. Okay, Finance India. Finance India journal. This is a quarterly journal. I hope my screen is visible. And they ask about to provide the gel code. Right? They ask about to provide the gel code. See, check here. This is an article. Here it is given. So references are given, not the full form. I'm sorry. Actually, full paper you can't view here. Only the abstract has given. There is it is also Scopus paper. It is also Scopus. It is available in UGC list. In the journal guidelines, I will check where is it journal guidelines. Yes, no. I will check it. I will tell you later. I don't know whether it is available or not. Anyway, they will ask instruction for others, correct. Here they will tell clear information step 2 where it is available, right? Abstract, the title supervisor awarding subtitle mail page cows, abstract, footnotes, gel code. No, it is not given. Anyway, I will show you some of the papers. Immediately I can't find it. Just a second. Yeah. Can you able to see, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
Yes, this is a paper on Indian Journal of Economics and Research, assessing the influence of firm and macroeconomic variables. Abstract keynote, under that we have written gel classification. Mostly related whenever you are going to write the papers on economic and other type of research, we normally provide the gel code. So, right.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Here also we are given here. Check here. This is also very good journal, South Asian Journal on economics and management science. Co-integration on stock market interdependent evidence from South Africa, India, and USA. After keywords, we are providing gel classification. Look here, right?
I noticed that there are 2 gel codes there. So if that
Yes,
code is
yes.
applicable for 2, you could give 2 also.
Correct.
Okay,
Exactly.
sir. Right. Thank you. Yes, it makes
Thank you.
sense.
Any more questions, please? Can you refer few credible plagiarism checking software? That's what I told you, sir. One is Urkund. Just a second. There is a 2 software. One is Urkund. Okay, I will check Urkund software. This is a link. Another one is like Authenticate. authenticate software. These are all the two important software, sir. Any more questions? I hope I have clarified all your doubts. Aruna ma'am has asked about, can you say what is the article indexing, journal indexing, author indexing? Yes, very good. Scopus, Web of Science are all called as indexing, right? It's not an article is indexed, journal is indexing. Okay, author is not like the author index or article index is not available in the context. We all called as a journal indexed. Suppose you are published one article in particular journal, whether that journal is indexed in Scopus, that is our duty we want to check. Check here. Again, you are insisted. I just go for my login. Suppose I am publishing some article. I have already published one article. I want to check whether that article is under Scopus or not. How do we know whether it is indexed in Scopus or not? You just go to Scopus. If any of the articles are published in Scopus, automatically your Scopus profile ID will be created. You can go to scopus.com, go to author search. Here I want to provide my name and I can view my affiliation details, Kongu Engineering College. I will go search. Check here in the name of Karthi, so many people are available. I just look in, I search for my name under Karthi. So check here, 18 of my research article was indexed in Scopus. Okay, check here, these are all the articles, 1, 2, 3, like that, 18 research articles have indexed in Scopus. When you go for Google Scholar, it may be 100, 150 research articles. Okay, so check here, this is my profile. So more than 100 research articles I have published, but not all 100 articles are indexed in Scopus. Only 18 articles are indexed in Scopus. But Google Scholar is also an indexing. Scopus is also an indexing. Web of Science is also indexing. But well-known index throughout the world we call as Scopus and Web of Science. Web of Science. Web of Science. Web of Science, that is under Web of Science we have, this is a website mjlclarivate.com, mjlclarivate.com, mjlclarivate.com. Under downloads we can have, see, check here once again. If you go login video, if you go login, here I will go here login, as I have already used. I have already created the profile, and sorry, download option. Here there are 3 indexes: Science Citation Index, Social Science Citation Index, Arts and Humanities Citation Index. This is a more core indexes under Web of Science collection. If your paper indexed in social science or any journals are indexed in social science, you can easily download what are all the journals are coming under social science. Check here. These are all the journals are part of the social science. Okay. If you are publishing any articles in this category, automatically your article will be indexed in the Web of Science. So Web of Science, that is science citation or social science citation or arts and humanities citation or Scopus have high credit for your CV. Then after that, Google Scholar. Any articles published in any journals will be indexed in Google Scholar, right? But mostly the institution will ask from us to publish research article in SSCI or Scopus journal. I hope I have clarified all your doubts. Still, if you have any doubts, please clarify it. I hope it is the first time we are trying to conduct this type of unique program where both the researcher and the resource person will meet each other to clarify any research-based doubt. Yes, sir. Somnath, sir.
So, yes, sir. Sir, thank you very much for clarifying all of our doubt. But just out of curiosity, since I am also very new in this field, I have just a query. So, do the Urkund and the other one authenticate probably give the same type of result in case of plagiarism checking, sir?
Exactly, sir. It is a very good question, sir. Very good question.
It is because
Definitely.
So I have seen that many of the organizations, then why there is not any uniformity? Because I saw that many of the organizations deploy separate techniques.
Correct, sir. Exactly. Exactly. The plagiarism check softwares definitely will not give the same result.
Okay.
Okay. And mostly the journals are accepting your paper with less than 15%. Mostly, most of the journals will accepting your research paper, maybe sometimes 10%, sometimes 15%. And very good quality, top quality journals will accept your research paper with less than 5%.
Okay,
But
sir.
I will tell you, if you check with the authenticate, then you don't have any problem. But sometimes Urkund will have a problem. Urkund will have a problem. If you check with the authenticate, definitely most of the journals will go for authenticate software for checking a plagiarism. So authenticate will affordably we will accept in good form. But
Sir,
Urkund is good, but it is sometimes they will give a high percentage of the plagiarism compared with authenticate. Yes, sir. Please, sir.
yes, sir. Sir, in case of if I like to just check the plagiarism, just I have only written one paper so far. I'm very novice in this field because I came from the industry. No issue.
Nice.
So, should I click the authenticate and upload my journal, and then it would automatically give me the plagiarism check, or should I give word by word? Say something there would be restrictions. That is
Correct.
first 500 word.
No. You can upload full paper from the top first page to last page.
Okay,
First
sir.
page to last page, even including references.
Okay.
If you need a plagiarism includes reference, you just click reference, or sometimes you can remove the plagiarism. I mean, if you calculate the plagiarism without bibliography, it is also possible. If you include the references, the plagiarism percentage will be very high. So most of the time, the researcher will exclude the bibliography for calculation of plagiarism.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much for your very useful guidance, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank
Thank you for your interest.
you. Surely.
Sadi sir, is there any software which can allow articles to be viewed which has privacy settings not allowing to view the articles? Any software which can? It is not like that, sir. No, it is not like that. Any softwares. I hope you are asking about like what subscription-based journals will not give full access to read the papers. Only open access type of journals will give the access to read the full paper. But if you are access the subscription, then definitely you or your institution want to subscribe the database like Elsewhere or Emerald or any other journals. So only open access articles will be viewed by anybody. And there is a platform called ResearchGate. There is a platform called ResearchGate. I hope you might have known about ResearchGate, where you can easily approach the authors to request the paper. So ResearchGate. So check here, each and everybody can create a profile. And I have also uploaded the profile, even though it is open access. Even though it is a subscription-based journal, some papers I have uploaded in privately. So whenever they have given the request, I will reply that. Say there is some person from other country, Dimitri, they asked about the articles published in Scopus journal. Actually, this is a subscription-based paper, but I have shared him the article private as a private message. So why these type of research practice is required? Whenever you are shared your research work, definitely it will add your profile. Your citation will be improved. Your citation will be improved. That is the reason the research gate is exist. Even here, so there are so many research grants. Somebody has asked about how to become an editor of these journals. All information can be able to view in the research gate. So sometimes you can view the message seeking for research call, seeking for join in the editorial board and all. This type of information can be displayed in the ResearchGate website. There are so many tools for research. We called as SPSS, even Excel. We can use research softwares, research analysis. Then we have SIM, Stata, R software. We have MATLAB. So many statistical softwares are available. But is it all required? That is based on your research objectives. That is based on your research objective. Venkaya sir has asked about there is a meaning of drill bit. Actually, drill bit, I came to know it is also a one software. It is one of the plagiarism software. I'm not much sure on this software, how previously or how customized this software. But so many people are also using the drill bit software for plagiarism removal and other purpose. It is also an online based software. It's like a small SEO tools. Okay, small SEO tools. It is also a user friendly, and we have the integrity, etc. So, still any more doubt? I hope I have given all the answers. I have clarity, given all the questions which was listed in the chat window. Hopefully, I have not missed any questions. Okay.
Karthi, I have a small doubt. Before
Yes,
that,
sir. Yes, sir. Please, sir.
yeah, I would like to thank you for giving the invite, for sharing the link. Regarding this ICSSR project,
Okay.
whether the project director should have previous experience on a research project?
It should have added value, sir. It should have added value because they are mentioning in the in the online portal. If you are having any research experience, that should have added on your weight, but it is not like always. It is depends on the reviewer. It is depends on the reviewer who can review a research project. You, at least if you have any research work carry out on any research program, I mean, suppose you are conducted on any FDP or seminar or any workshop, that also can be mentioned in the research project column if you don't have any research project. If you don't have any research project, you can mention any funding program you have once organized, that you can include in the column, sir. That should have more credit in your profile.
Thank you. And another thing is, in the ICSSR budget, they have listed out various categories like a research assistant, then project or something like that. So that depends on the project. No, we need not include everything. We need not allocate money for them. No?
Correct. Exactly, sir. It depends on your project, and but they have given certain guidelines. 45% will be, I mean, whatever the budget the ICSSR is going to approve, from the particular amount, 45% would be allotted to research staff. and 35% will be allotted to field work and travel. So likewise, they have given some guidelines that you want to fulfill, that you want to fulfill. So say, they are asking about 5 different headings. I hope so. So all the 5 different headings you want to fulfill, but the budget is up to you. It is not less than or not more than that criteria should be matched with your need. That you can check it, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Sir, I have a doubt related
Yes,
to that
ma'am.
research staff, sir. Is it apart from the project director and the co-director? That staff is a third person. Is it so, sir?
No, ma'am. Actually, project director or co-director will not receive any salary,
Okay.
any
Okay.
incentive. So
Okay.
research staff means it is a totally different. You
Okay.
want to appoint separately.
Okay.
Research staff, I mean research assistant or research associate or field investigator,
Okay.
you want to appoint separately.
Okay,
So
sir.
under your leadership,
Okay.
the project is to be done, but you will not claim to receive any salary. Maybe you can claim for traveling and other research work purpose whenever you go for any traveling and field work expenses, that you can claim. Then you can purchase equipment laboratory for laboratory purpose, and you can purchase books and journals for your library. You will not claim for any salary.
Okay. Okay, sir. Thank you.
But there are some schemes, not from ICSR, there are from some funding agencies. They are providing some honoraria or salary for the project investigator. There are some funding agencies are available.
Okay. Okay, sir. Okay.
How to publish papers in Scopus without any agent? You can directly upload. You can directly upload the papers in any Scopus website, and you can wait some time to get a review comments, and based on that your paper will be published. And if you go with the agent, please be cautious, be ready and alert. You want to check after the publication whether it should be indexed in Scopus or not. Most of the time, all journals, all Scopus journals are predatory. So whenever any journals are asking to submit the research paper through Gmail or Yahoo Mail, so be alert yourself. I won't say all the papers are all top indexed paper or top indexed journal. So most of the time, Scopus journals are asking to submit the research paper through web portal, not through mail, not through mail. They have each and every journal, they have separate website. You want to submit it the separate page. You want to create a username and password. There are a lot more steps are involved. You want to suggest the reviewer. You want to include all others profile. You want to upload a file of your manuscript. You want to upload your title page of your manuscript. Then it will go for editorial clarification. If editor is satisfied, then the paper will move for review process. After receiving the review comments from the reviewer, the editor will take a decision whether it can be accept or reject or it go for revision. So there are a lot more steps are involved. So normally, if you go with the agent, they will publish the research paper within 5 to 10 days. How do you say this paper is indexed in Scopus? Definitely, it is not possible. Maybe mostly it is in predatory in nature. So many predatory journals are available. Fake journals, predatory journals are available. So that you want to discuss with your co-author, discuss with the research expert, then you can go for the journal.
So can you mention one or two Scopus indexed journal with only processing fee?
That's what I told you, ma'am. In the Scopus website itself, you can mention, you can see all the journal. Most
Okay.
of the subscription-based journal, they will not charge any money. Most of the subscription-based journal. If you want to visit, if you know about any journals are publishing in open access manner, then you can visit the particular website and you can see that what is the article processing fee. It is depends on the journal to journal. Even some good quality journals running by the universities, if you take like National University of Singapore or Malaysian University, they are running an open access journal. For even a open access journal, they will not charge any single paisa from the author's pocket, right? So that is also possible. There are some journals that is that our researcher duty can identify which journal is good, which journal is under Scopus, which journal is under Sci Index, which journal is open access, which journal is subscription, what is the acceptance rate, when it can be published, when it is the review process is over. It is our duty as a researcher duty. But what we are all making a mistake because we are all sending the research paper to the agent hand, and the agent hand will receive the money from our pocket, and later on we can't know whether the paper is indexed in Scopus website or not. If your paper is indexed in the Scopus website, well and good, no problem. If not indexed in Scopus website, it is a mistake by us. It is a mistake by us. I hope you understand on my detail.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Because I had an experience, sir. Last time I've sent one paper to the Scopus listed journal. So after the review only, I came to know that the cost of that journal publication is very high. So I quit because of that. That's why I asked. Okay, thank you. Because you mentioned that sustainability journal, no, sir.
Correct.
That is a subscription-based journal, but still that
No,
cost
it is open
is
access journal. It is open
okay.
access, not subscription-based journal. It is open access.
Okay, okay. Sir.
Whenever open access journal, then only the article, the journal will receive money.
Okay.
APC.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
So when you are writing a research paper, it is an art. When you are going to publish a research paper, writing a research paper is an art. Publishing a research paper is a science. So it is both mixed on arts and science. Okay. So now writing and publishing in research paper is all in the businessman hand. So it is a good business now, but a researcher is facing a lot of problem because I came to know that there are some good quality journals without paying a money you can able to publish, but there are some agents are receiving a money and they are able to pay, publish in the subscription based journals. Even subscription based journal, if you directly submit, no need to pay any money. But if you go with the via agent, you want to pay money. There are some journals are available. Okay, then and I also lose a lot of money for paying with the agent to publish the journal. But thing is that for publishing is a prerequisite, or I can say that it is an implicit or explicit factor. Yes, our institution is compelling us. So what we will do, at least we can pay money, whether we can index or not, it doesn't matter. But it is a Scopus. We are claiming it is a Scopus. But when it can become a problem, when any institution is facing go for NAC or accreditation or NIRF ranking, they will judge you whether paper is really indexed in Scopus, whether the paper is really indexed in Sci, that we can able to track it. So at the time we can able to face the problem. So is it beneficial to be the first or the second author? Is both author can be benefit, no issue. So both author can be claimed, no problem. But the first author will be have always more credit than the second author. Okay, but in case of research paper or research guide, right? Research scholar will be a first author and the guide will be a second author, no issue. Okay, and sometimes the guide will be a first author, research scholar will be a second author, no issue. Okay, in this case, both the people will be benefited. So thank you for your interest to show us to attending this workshop. And if you have still any queries, we can able to clarify it. Otherwise, we can wind up the session. I will upload the YouTube link at later point of time. And I assure you that we can work on more research work in coming days with collaborative research work, as Madam has rightly pointed out. Very soon, we are in the School of Management Studies of Kongu Engineering College. Our faculty members are having more expertise in the field of different domains of management. So we are ready to part of the research on any field. We can able to contribute our work, and we can able to publish our research work, because writing research work is not an easy task. If you continuously, we are writing at least 2 to 3 research articles will be published on every year. Okay, so suppose if you take example, in my case, three or four articles was so far published in 2021, but these all 4 articles was uploaded in 2019. Okay, 2 years almost. After 2 years, only the paper got indexed in Scopus. Okay, I mean the paper was published in the journal, right? So with this word, I wholeheartedly thank my colleagues, Dr. Prakash and Dr. Karthi for organizing this particular workshop. And also, I would like to give my fruitfulness and thankfulness for all the participants who took part in the particular research juncture. So thank you all. Karthika ma'am, are you available in the line?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm here.
Yeah,
Yes,
it is over to you for what happens.
Nothing, sir. You can. You only conveyed on behalf of Kongu Business School. Thank to all the participants. Once again, we are very heartful thanks who are participated this discussion on research clinic, and also we are expecting these kind of same kind of motivation and support from the audience, so that we that means participant we can able to keep on providing the discussion session or kind of workshop in our in research area. So I thank all the participants. It lost, but it is not least. I would like to thank to the resource person. So very humble and simple man, and always addressing all the queries of the audience with patiently. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you all.
Fill the feedback form. Long ago I posted in the chat box because few participants repeatedly asked that.
And we can post one more time.
Once again, sir, wait. Yes, sir, I posted now.